thought canceled, but only slightly modified. Wow, Wednesdays. As I should be able to continue through properly somewhat, just not with Moot. Appreciate that, but I don't just do that off the hop. So I won't be able to do anything with Moot right now because so we check them. I don't know how much it does. I'm not sure about that. It's just a tiny bit of screwing over it. Let's see everybody. That's a placeholder. Zombus there is a placeholder. He's just drops. I've heard some people going, are they? That was the initial plan anyways. It was going to be the original Golden Years, the classic Burning Crusade, vanilla Burning Crusade, and then Wrath of Whiskey. Pretty sure that's where the anniversary is supposed to get. So Zombus is just a placeholder for when they drop Death Knight. So he's still going to be undead. He's still going to have that name. Just hold on to it. Same thing I did with Melinar. He was a human warrior for a little bit, just holding the name for me. So that's the other new character for stream. This is an off-stream character. I like Janai. This is my other off-stream character. I can't level him, so it's just pre-patch right now because I can't. He won't go past, like, once I hit 60, the experience bar went away. It's still pre-patched. You can't go to Outlands. Dark Portal's not doing anything. Kazan, what? Doom Lord Kazakh or whatever. Kazakh, I think it's Kazakh. But always pronounce it Doom Lord Kazakh. He's doing his pre-patch thing of running around outside the major cities every once in a while now, just fucking killing people. I haven't personally run into it, but I've seen some screenshots and videos. Anyway, let's kick in. So the music will kick down a tiny bit. But yeah, won't be able to do Moot for a little bit because Blizzard put in a thing for like less add-ons.
Cultivated
so
a shining magical kingdom,
which is why they have the
hidden deep within the forests of northern Lordaeron.
The HUD thing.
But 5 years ago, the undead scourge
cool
invaded
in theory, it feels a
Quel'Thalas
little bit weird
and drove the elves to the brink of extinction. Led by the evil Death
but I'm
Knight
wondering if that has
Arthas,
something to do with
the
why
scourge destroyed the mystical SunWell,
properly,
thereby severing the elves from the source of their arcane power. Though the scars of that conflict are evident, the remaining elves have banded together and retaken much of their homeland. Calling themselves Blood Elves, these grim survivors are committed to regaining the vast powers they once commanded. Inspired by the leadership of their beloved prince, Kael'thas Sunstrider, the Blood Elves now seek new sources of arcane magic and the means
all the little ones
of
running
defending
around,
their land
not
against
the
the
scripted way with the blue
undying
things above their head. Those are players.
of the scourge. As one of
look at all the
the
dead
few
things there.
surviving Blood Elves, you must master your thirst for magic and help shape the destiny of your people.
Okay. So here we start off with the weird UI thing. So you can't see her face right now because it's behind my head. So now you can actually move everything, which again, in theory is cool. It's a little weird in the practice. Let me open that first, put my action bars up. That's the other thing that fucking threw me. Is that you don't even see the template of the bars are there, they're invisible. And so it's like, what? I put them on, where are my fucking action bars? He's deleted now, but I'm kind of glad I did that little bit with Halthrid. 2, 4. Okay. And now we go edit mode. See, now it'll show the bars for where they are. But yeah, you used to see the little, like, individual little squares for the bars. Not no more. So I know part of it is that Blizzard was making this movement. I didn't know if they were touching it back here. I thought it was more in, like, the retail, or, like, the modern retail version of WoW, that they were trying to redo something about the HUD and cut back how many add-ons were necessary, because I don't know, they got a weird stick up their ass about it, even though that's kind of how the game's always been played for the most part. And once I get this set up, I might jump over really quick to, I'd have to switch the game version to explain it, but to explain to non-WoW players and people who aren't familiar with the different add-ons why Voodoo's kind of a necessary thing for healers. And what the difference is, because I can't jump to Moot to show it because it won't show up, because he's still in this version of the game, technically. Alright, we're gonna... Yeah. Now I can no longer... It's not grabbing the chat, like hitting unlock and grabbing the chat frame. Now I have to open this edit mode to do it. It's a little weird. Theoretically, I dig it, but it's a little weird in practice. I don't know if they're final on it yet, if it's going to be in this version, if that's what part of like they're doing with the pre-patch is kind of testing this, and it may be an option you can toggle on or off with the actual like Burning Crusade launch, but I don't know, I'm weird on it. It's a little weird. Other than that, it's felt okay so far, but yeah, the way for changing the HUD system now is a little bit bizarre. And kind of unintuitive. Like, it felt more intuitive before. A quick and easy way to be able to do it. I feel like I'm kind of like weird with stuff now. I should move over there. Castbar can move here. Actually, I'm gonna put it there. Put my castbar on top of that. I want to move the bar. Get out of my face. Like this in itself, where like I've got now, it keeps popping up 5 million different windows on top of like, yes, I can move them, but like, just let me grab the castbar and fucking move it, man. There's just something that feels really awkward about this. Buffs on top for target frame. Now, I do like the fact that you can slightly change the size on it. So, if you, like, self-target, you're still aware which one's which, but, like... Or priority of, like, you know, for tanking or whatever, that's your big target. It's right there. You can see a lot of the shit on it. That, I think, is kind of cool. It's just the implementation and how you get there with some of the systems a little weird. So I got all these extra bars I now have to fucking throw out of the way to try to get my shit set up. Which just feels a little odd. Okay. The focus. The focus! Put the focus up there. It doesn't get used a ton anyways. What's weird about that is like that doesn't it doesn't seem to correlate properly when like that puts it. It just puts a huge bubble up there. Like that's weird, especially since a lot of the buffs and everything will pop up there anyways when you have them. So there's certain things about this too that are options that it gives you that don't seem like they really even need to be there. It's character specific layout, please. Which is something it kind of did anyways. It would save. That also feels like, okay, cool, like you can officially save it as a loadout, but like it was also, I feel like it needed that because it did remember your different positions and like action bar things between different characters. And now, like, it reset all, because of this thing, it reset my whole shit. That, yeah, now I have to just straight go in edit mode to be able to grab this and move it at all. It's so weird. I'll put you down to 375. It's just, yeah, man, I don't know. It's bizarre. Save and exit. It was a strange choice. Little more on the red. Okay, and also on the opacity. Hello? Didn't they say hello? Took a minute there. That was weird. Okay. The hell we finally got all that fucking fiddled around with. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird system. It's bizarre. Crinkled. On paper, cool, but it feels really weird to try to work with.
What business have you?
Oh, of course. Placement of webcam puts my face over the fucking quest text. Maybe I could shrink it a tiny bit. I'll be able to do that. Half a second. I don't want to shrink it too much smaller than that. I move it down here, but like longer quests, because there are longer ones too, with more text that'll spray down to that. It's going to sit over bags and over chat. That'll sit over the mini-map. I still feel like that's the best place for it. Unfortunately, I could read out quest text, I guess. But hope you're ready to get to work, because there's so much I'm not going to do voice. I'm not going to do that today. I don't have the spoons for that today. I don't know, I woke up in a weird, kind of shitty mental place and was trying to deal with it and reorient it through the day, and I feel like I fumbled that horribly, which caused me to fumble other things horribly, and just... So, I'm hoping for just kind of nice, chill, happy nostalgia. Reset the asshole brain. But there, I hope you're ready to get to work, because there's so much for you to do here on Sunstrider Isle. Ever since the destruction of the SunWell by Arthas and the Scourge, we've been a race adrift on a sea of uncertainty. We will teeter on the edge of oblivion. Words are fucking hard, apparently. This will change, Paladin, and you will learn radar cover at the same time. The Outland awaits us. We're claiming...
Keep your wits about you.
Now, the other thing about the pre-patch going in is... I don't think it... even though it patched on the same day, the straight classic era lock servers, I don't think they got any sort of benefit from it. Like, you can't make a Draenei or a Blood Elf, obviously. But the other thing that happened with that is the Blood Elf models going in changed a lot of the, what were supposed to be High Elves in the game. From being just sort of skin-colored, like normal skin-colored Night Elves to looking like Blood Elves with blue eyes, because that's technically what the Blood Elves are. But I don't know if it did that in the other one. I actually would have to go check. The sooner you begin your education, Videra, the better for us all. There's little room for error, so listen closely. The burning crystals, the green floating objects to the west of Sunspire here, have long been used to power the Isle's experimentations. The mana worms were their guardians, but the scourge invasion of Quel'Thalas has driven them errant from our lack of magical control over them. Little choice but to thin their numbers for reclamation. Do this and return to me.
Run.
The first thing. Go kill so many of these. And now, here comes the part that I was saying, let's see how this goes, because there's so many other fucking people going on. We're going to be fighting for being able to hit something. Oh yeah, let me fix my fucking bar, too. Action bar 2, you should be there, should you not? Thank you. So you should be there, should you not? Okay, Torrent. And a tab. Put those there. Forgot to get the other things out of my bars. All sorted. Yeah. And while I'm doing that, of course, somebody's going to hit that fucking worm. Mine, mine, mine! Sound like a fucking seagull in Finding Nemo. Mine! Mine! Well, latency's not bad, but that's a weird little spike. Is that also that secondary quest? No, I think I need to actually do the other thing first. I actually need to finish this off first. Now, yeah, like I said, now this is a better spawning point, but yeah, this is going to be the fun part, is struggling to find mobs to hit. Still up? Okay. Oh shit, I forgot to turn on auto loop. Ah, that's why that was weird. Like, hang on. Why am I having to click things extra? That's why I forgot to turn on fucking auto loop. Like a numpty. And yes, I made it a lady. Actually have offensive spells yet? I need to level. Back up. Oh, there's a shield. Now I need a one-hand sword. Because she is good with attack, so. Hey, look, and there's my dig. Still the only two things I know. Arcanist Helium, wants me to mana tap shit. Knowledge is power. True power, my young friend. You'd be wise to acquire as much of it as you can, and pay proper heed to those who have already done so. Before the raising of the SunWell, we had fooled ourselves into thinking we had neared the apex of our civilization. It took the scourge to bring us to our knees and the way back to reality.
Time is of the essence.
Thirst unending. If there's only one lesson you deign to remember from your time on Sunstrider Isle, let it be this. Control your thirst for magic. It's a thirst unending Videra. You must absorb energy to survive via mana tap, and you must control how you release it via an arcane torrent. Failures become one of the wretched, hopelessly addicted and insane. Now, that never actually comes a thing anywhere, but it is interesting as an RP aspect. Because otherwise their racials are kind of They don't really do anything. Seek out creatures on the isle that have mana and mana tap them. Learn to master your cravings for power. When sufficiently fed, return.
We will have justice.
It's a little bit of like an RP, a lore thing for the Blood Elves. It never ends up being much of anything beyond that.
We will persevere. Farewell. We will have justice.
From things.
State your business. We will have justice. The reckoning is at hand. Death to all who oppose us. Be ready for anything.
There's not as many of them as the Mariners. And judging by what I saw in the fucking general chat there, it seems like it's gonna be tricky to catch it.
Anaria Shola. Farewell.
Introduce me to the trainer.
The reckoning is at hand. Remember the SunWell. Anubilore Delana.
But give me that. Judgment is level 4.
We will have justice.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah, can everyone stop killing mobs for 5 minutes? It's my turn. That's partially what I called happening. You're disconnecting.
Glory to the Sindori.
Sunspire once held a beautiful vantage of the SunWell. Or held a beautiful vantage of the SunWell once. Our lives have been turned upside down in Videra, but we nonetheless carry on. It is our way, we are survivors. If you survive this upheaval to carry on your own right, then you must learn how to survive. All Blood Elves must do this. You must master your insatiable hungering for magic before it masters you.
Shorel-Aran.
And then turn in the quest. Good, Paladin expected you. Few tasks.
Keep your wits about you.
Go against your
Shorel-Aran.
You want me to go read the shrine?
Remember the SunWell.
He's one of the Highborn of the Night Elves, who eventually became High Elf, I think. The lore, like overall lore there is a little bit murky from what I know, but he was one of the Highborn during the Sun Ring of the Well of Eternity. Similarities to, you know, Magical Well and everything with the High Elves and then becoming the Blood Elves. Way back at the beginning of time, the first introduction of Legion, when the dragons went insane. Well, dragons became a lot less powerful than they were because they fought each other because Neltharion went insane. Formative time of the Druids, of Malfurion Stormrage. But yeah, Dathramar was one of the Highborn at that point in time of the Night Elves. And well, a lot of them became other things. Saga, for one. It's gonna take a minute for the fucking... It's the other thing that's a little bit annoying about this quest is I can take 30 seconds for that thing to fucking... And it's full just auto attack hit at the moment because I don't really have any active abilities to hit in combat. And I have no judgment till level 4. Should at least would allow me to do something with that seal beyond put it on to give me additional 7 holy damage on attack. Hey, look. First sliver. And those don't have a guaranteed drop rate either. Sorry, little one. Invalid target? Okay, you still no, you don't have. You do. We're gonna go over this way to get the fucking Dathramar and Selenians thing. Knowing that I can't grab the. I have to go back and get I'm gonna fight them on the way over and grab them. Hey, sorry. tubs I'm getting up here, but I can actually put my orb. I know how to play Paladin.
Inventory is full.
I was gonna say that's extra fucking space right there, so I didn't put the things on, did I? Nope. Well, better than negatives. Sorry to Bambi, you little guy. Bag space. Thank you. Thank you for the sacrifice, little kid. Okay, I need 2 more. That's a full adult lynx. Gotta go fight that one. Okay, you're trying to go That's the last mana tap. Hey, neat. Appreciate you lurking.
That's still recharging.
So. You've discovered the location of the shrine. Upon further examination, you sense a stronger pulse of strange power that has gripped the isle. You feel a bit uncomfortable standing by the shrine, and perhaps a little disturbed. The bronze placard along the side of the shrine reads, "Here stands the shrine of Dathramar, fitting tribute to a noble elf. Let all who gaze on this monument remember his sacrifice against the scourge and his dedication to the cause of our continued survival. All who prosper in Quel'Thalas do so thanks to him." So yeah. Definitely seems like he ended split off and pretty much so it formed the actual high elf tiles. First, afterwards, it sends me to do just tends me to kill the tenders I had to kill anyway, and then he sends me up over there to Felthree the cat. Felthree? Hello. Angry tree. Oh, it's a scary tree. I'm afraid. Ding ding. Yeah, it's fine. He's gonna heal him if he needed it, but he didn't. Come on, let me out. Let me out. Thank you. And like, there's an actual quest journal thing that came in with. That's why Questy's being weird. They expand your actual journal size. 5 quests that you can have. So it's 20, and then they put this, like an actual tracker in the game. Up. Chain pants, cool. Yeah, we'll take those. Looky look. Slivers. Sliver. Cool. I was gonna take this Lynx. Hopefully we'll get the Sliver and a collar. That'd be nice. Collar. Sounds good to that guy, Lantern Parallon.
What business have you?
Yeah, I can't pick up
Shorel or
quest
Ron?
early with him. I have to get nudged to it from one of the others. There's a stack of Blood Elves right there that haven't moved yet. I have not dinged, but did I learn anything yet?
State your business.
No.
The reckoning is at hand.
Ding in a minute turning these in. Bury the dead. Like, throw berries at them?
Our enemies will fall. We will have justice.
Really? Alright, I'll take the leather.
Keep your wits about you. Farewell.
Next colors is you. That's the mana tap.
Victory lies ahead. Death to all who oppose us.
Green chain vest.
Keep your wits about you. The reckoning is at
Just
hand.
to grab for that. Let me go over this way to sell some shit out of my bags. I have a belt on right now, so we'll throw that one on.
I have one-of-a-kind items. Salama.
Do not loiter. Shorel Oran. Everything has a price. We will have justice.
Go to Lantern Parallon. Next level. Keepers are pretty good for dropping. The tenders, excuse me. The tree bastards are pretty good for dropping slivers, so it should finish that one off.
Anaria Shola. Hold your head high.
I know most of this off the back of my head, just because a lot of Blood Elves. finish up with these guys, though. Hey, look. I can take this liver out of him. And there's the last sliver. Alright, let me run that up. And I will grab my judgment skill. So I actually have something I can actively throw in combat.
Victory lies ahead.
Green chain gauntlets. Q.
Stay the course.
Choose wisely. Be ready for anything.
The eternal sun guides us.
Ooh, and I got Blessing of Light.
Shorel-Aran.
Sweet. A couple things I can actually do. Blessing seals. I'm trying to like roughly block out how I want to have this, some of my shit set up on my bars. I mean, yes, I could always tweak it and change it, but I'm trying to have a bit of previs, a little vision. Have sort of an idea. Judgment goes there. Drop the seals. Blessing of Light. Auras, blessings, and seals. Paladin's best friend.
Baladash, Malanore. The reckoning is at hand.
A clue. I haven't had one yet. Paladin gave me a stamp spirit buff. Did he always do that? No, he always did that, but I think they made it actually, they changed the way that like he casts a spell so it's more dramatic. Can I move that? Because it's real close to that ball. Directions. Usually it drops them right now. But it looked like there were two. Like mine, then another one came through the bush. had to have had a spot. They should have cranked up super high. I didn't need there was going to be like a million. That was weird. Size difference. I remember one of the ways you used to be able to tell. Regular tenders were just neutral. They were yellow. At some point they changed that though. Like their branches are yellow, but the little like label above them, their health bar and their temperament. Wow, I didn't feel that. I'm kind of surprised. You gotta take him. I don't need ferals. Need regulars. Oh, tender! I'm gonna half second to respawn and do a slutty dance. Oh no, didn't do the slutty part yet. The night elf dance is like way more sexual. There's a regular tender. I see ya. Now, am I gonna be able to get my hand out, put this on the thing, and get over there before somebody else snags it? Huh. Yoink. Okay, 2 more. Gotcha. If I know those look little, I'll double check them by looking at them. Scroll over there in the corner. And then go to the far edges. That's the other thing they did is now imps actually have a voice. They don't just and then there's a dialogue box.
We will persevere.
Let's have this week's combat episode later.
Keep your wits about you.
I did not manage to get to
Shorel Aran.
body cam trip from adventures from 2025 season. Like I wanted to do last year either. Because I don't know. Time was not my friend. Why is there a random fucking... decline that. It's like, why is there a random 59 just sitting there? Okay, it should be the Falendrin. Oh no, Falthrian Academy. I was correct! Falendrin the Banished is the guy I'm killing. Oh, where did... You came out of fucking nowhere.
That spell is active. That is still recharging.
I was gonna try to catch him with it. But...
That spell is active.
It's gonna take like half of the quotient of of those I need, like, right away. Doesn't seem to be tons of here. And I just poked in with health 3 on the other week. There was...
I can't pass
lots of people. There's a big-ass queue. Like, 3 different full 5 health. I hear somebody up there, though.
That's still a
Look at all the arcane range floors everywhere. Nice ding. Hey, tainted core. Tainted ore. I needed you. I need 2 you. Oh, you prick! Come on! And it made me fucking run off because it fucking lagged a half second to do it. That's awesome. Thanks for that game. I hit fucking step back too and it didn't register it. Man, latency's staying low, but there's a little bit of weird shit happening on the server. There's gonna be a fuck up. Well, at least give me a tainted braid so I can pop that fucking thing. I mean, you have the button too. I can be civil about it. So the rest of you could be civil about it, like...
Take heart. Your friends will not long mourn your passing.
Alright, come on, Paladin. I understand how to queue and wait, as long as other people aren't assholes. Hey, look, a tainted entertaining raid. Meanwhile,
I can't
quest. Alright, got it. Spot me Philendrin. I'll take the other tainted then. In the meantime.
Your friends will not long mourn your passing.
I can't waste it. That's still recharging.
And now... Oh, not that side. Not that side. There's a way to line this up for a quick... Just don't go too far forward. She went too far forward. You were just supposed to drop. And that's too shallow. Oh, no. Deep enough. For this, I'm pretty sure he gives me a shield, so I can switch to sword and board. Which is more appropriate for how I want to be leveling her, because she's going to be attacked. Pretty sure that's what we got.
Glory to the Sindori. Hold your head high. Stay the course. We will have justice.
Sword and board. Excuse me. And this one going back to deface. Show him that I found a tainted shard.
We will persevere. Time is of the essence.
Check the trainer real quick. I feel like I should have got something at level 5. Stop!
The dark times will pass. Farewell.
Spam it like that. That caused a weird shadow there too. Off we go into the wider Eversong Woods. There's another one. Tiny one with a tiny little just... Excuse you. Really? Alright. I'm loving my sword shield a little bit.
Our enemies will fall. Be ready for anything.
See, the quest text, it definitely makes it sound like she went more into the actual ruins up ahead. She's just right there. Hi, welcome. Thank you, and thank Links. I appreciate it. How you doing?
Anaria Shola, death to all who oppose us. Keep your wits about you. We will have justice.
Like, that's the one thing I never got about that bit of that quest is, like, you know, it's very dangerous if you leave the path of the road. She clearly didn't. Like, she didn't even get properly out there yet. Really, you just left, like, that area. And to see anything, you gotta look off at this. And they don't aggro. This part's patrolled back and forth by the guards, so it just feels really weird and a little contrived that a quest to make a quest. Especially not super dangerous right now. Ah, fuck off. Of course it is. Stupid thing. The audio balance seems to be kind of going all over the place on me, too. As in, like, things are registering weird with the headset. Not picking up audio the way it should half the time. But I also don't want to be eating it. It should help a little, though. I'm also a little low energy today, so I'm not speaking as loudly or animatedly as I normally do. It's kind of been one of those days. I don't use OBS. I never have.
Your gold is
I tried a
welcome
little
here.
bit, but it never worked for me, and...
Time is of the essence.
No thanks.
Farewell.
All I ever seem to hear from other people who use it, too, is it's just constantly fucking problems, so...
Salama Ashalanore.
Skip. That's why it changed the volume settings as well with the update. That's part of what happened, is it changed my fucking volume settings with the update. Nope. You can see it right above my face, actually. No, that was even worse. But yeah, found out part of the problem. The version update for the game reset all my fucking sound settings, too. So it was louder than it was supposed to be. I use XSplit. Which I like better than both of them.
The eternal sun guides us.
Gather all these quests, because I know where all of them are really quick. I'm a shield merchant. Yeah, that's true too. Nothing for 5, but I should get something level 6. I think Geronis is the last quest that's
Yes.
here.
Keep your wits about you.
Also, I gotta go back into the inn. I've got to grab first aid and cooking training. Well, deal with it. Sorry, I'm not in the mood to sit here and keep fucking with settings all goddamn day.
Anu Belore Delana. Be ready for
Sorry, I know that was
anything.
snappy and shitty of me. It's been something I've been trying to fucking deal with all day, and I'm
Choose
not having a good time
wisely.
with it. I'm enjoying it well enough. I mean, this is going back to... I started in Burning Crusade. So it was kind of the point of what I was coming in for today, because I was not having a good day mentally. And I felt like
We
I just
will
kept
have
making all the
justice.
wrong choices in trying to deal with that. It just spiraled off worse things.
State your business.
So I decided, fuck it. I'm just going to try to have some cozy nostalgia and see if I can correct that.
Shirel are on.
Okay, so those are both there. You need to go up in my bar. Mount spot, mount spots. First aid. Get out of my eyeball. Get out of my eyeball. I also feel like, to a certain extent, that may just possibly be the shittiness of Twitch Mobile's presentation. Because part of that reaction was just PTSD flashbacks to, like, trying to chase fixing an audio issue that nobody on my end could detect more than once before. World of Warcraft is just a massive multiplayer. It's like one of the first big ones. The first actual one that really kicked it off was like Ultima Online and EverQuest, but World of Warcraft came along and took the Warcraft property with Blizzard and like some other things of it and kind of like really jumped the whole MMO genre forward into being a thing, and that's why you see MMOs everywhere now and everybody's trying it. Because World of Warcraft has been around for 20 years. That's part of what this is this re-roll of back to the original version, and the first expansion, which is this, Burning Crusade, is it's an anniversary celebration of like where we came from. I haven't played retail for a long time. I didn't really like... I understand that, you know, anything like that especially is going to have to evolve and change to stay relevant, but I didn't like a lot of where the game was going, the way that it changed how it played. I came back for one retail expansion, which was more or less a follow-up to this one, back in 2016. And then, other than that, I just waited till they said, hey, we're going to bring back the classic versions of the game. And I said, okay, well, that I can play. That I enjoy. I don't think there's any other quests hanging out. Let me actually make a bunch of spice bar before I go, though, so I have food, because and I didn't put that on my bar. Half distracted. Try dropping it down a little bit more. It's just... The other thing that gets weird to me about that, too, is, like, when and it's not even straight with you, it's just an annoyance of, like, looking over at my dashboard and what my levels represent. Where I've had it happen the other way, too, where I've ended up going like, okay, that seems like it's way too loud, like I'm getting overshadowed. And then when I go back and watch it afterwards, it wasn't. Or the awkwardness of some things showing up where, like, it's not as loud in my fucking earballs as it seems to be registering on the game audio level for my stream dashboard. It's just like, this is weird as fuck. Or it just annoys me in the sense of, like, how is it not representing what's actually happening then? Or, like, why can't I find that and try to get that to fix what seems to be the problem? Because in troubleshooting some of the audio things before, too, where it's like, I had me and my wife, who's normally my tech support, pulling up on, and then a couple other people looking at their versions, like, none of us could find or could hear the audio issue thing, and it seemed okay. This is one of those, I don't know if it's just something with the way that it's coding coming out on your end, or what it is. Like, it's not even a try to be shitty to other person. I'm just like, it bugs me that I can't figure out what the sound issue is and how to fix it. Should be a thing to cook in here, should there not? I could have sworn. could have sworn there was a fucking cooking thing in here. Is that cooking? I mean, it kind of looks like a stew pot. Can I cook at it? Will it work? No. Okay. I was like, well, it kind of looks like a stew pot. Does that count? But when I've got it keyed in to pick up the audio that I'm hearing for the game, it's just one of those, but how does it not? I have it keyed to pick up the audio that I'm hearing, and that's the audio that's representing. So how is it not that loud in my ears, and it seems like it's maxing the levels there? It's... Where the fuck? I could have sworn there was a fucking fire in there to be able to cook with. I remember cooking in the fucking inn. I swore there was a fire in here to cook with. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to find a fucking fire on the go. An undead randomly over here to level. Fuck off, eyelash. Get out of my eyeball. You're meant to be helping protect it, not betraying it and poking it. Like, I don't claim to be any sort of technical genius or anything, but there's a lot of way about a lot of the, like, way the things that technical shit's designed that's just like, but why?
I can't cast.
Why would you ever? That doesn't. Why? Skill up. Nope, that's not one. Arcane cores from these fuckers. I have those things. I swear to one of these boxes glowed. Because that was one of the things I needed. Okay. This one. Well, that dude's over there. Yeah. Like, it's the inconsistency of fucking autocorrect annoys the shit out of me too, where it's like, you've got every letter but one in the word, and it's like, I still don't know what you mean. And then you type one letter, it's like, I've got 4 different word predictions for you. Hello? Fuck off and stay over there. I'm trying to keep you a bit of it is. It's just the, like, but that's what I mean is the inconsistency of how, like, okay, if you're gonna have that program, at least make sure it's not, like, an idiot.
That's still the charger.
But no. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be the fun of this reroll, is there's a million Blood Elves that are enrolled, so I'm going to be fighting for fucking item and mob spawns. Kind of knew it was going to be a thing now. It figures.
I can't pass that.
Yep, and how big is the fucking queue waiting for this guy to spawn? Oh, yeah, look at all these fucking people waiting on them.
I don't have a target.
Get fucked! The respawns are not going to stand any chance. They're just going to come in and immediately just get ganged. Well, he died pretty quick. Here, let me take this guy. Bonk, come here, you. Yeah, nobody thought to do the party invite thing, so we all get it once? Really? We're just doing the queue? Okay. Okay. I'll wait my turn. Oop, that's not the button I wanted to hit. Here we are waiting. Yeah. Amusingly enough, you were sent over by Lynx. I think you were here when we were contributing to fucking Lynx genocide earlier. Huh, that's a lovely legacy to leave.
It's still recharging.
There you go. Actually, would that count as a cooking fire? Can I cook in that while we're waiting? Yes, I can.
I can't carry anymore.
Ah, fuck. I had to kill lynxes to get lynx collars for a quest, and because there are so many blood elves in right now, it's just entirely lynx genocide. Fighting to actually get one. No. It's just empty calories, but still. And sometimes, even when there's not like a shit ton of people doing it, so just the drop rate for some of the quests and shit like that, you're ending solo committing fucking genocide. Like the quest in the Barrens to get zebra hooves. Every zebra has 4 hooves. Tell me why I need to kill 20 of them to get one hoof. No, I could throw that in another time to get reactions out.
I need a target.
Queue up like everyone else. Fine. Thank you. Somebody who's actually intelligent. Maybe.
I can't pass it. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't carry any more of those.
Apparently I already got to that. Alright. Here, I will leave. There. I'll back you up. You hit him first and I'll help. Sneaky, sneaky. There. There's a sneaky one. You say, do you not see the sneaky one? I know. I know. That's it. We tease her with that one all the time. Actually, I don't think we've thrown it at anybody's thrown at her in a while. She's got PTSD about it and like has never put up a poll since. He lasted all about 3 fucking seconds. Oh, that was great. Spawned in, went, oh, and just got murked. Shiny things? Kinda need the shiny things. If you're not lovingly kind of just shitting on your friends a little bit, are you even really friends? Uphold the law. Alright, Robocop. Oh. Somebody died. I need a box of shinies. Here's where it's going to start getting crazy. Well, I'd assume to a fair amount of point, just given the way that certain things are done and the fact that there's like, and it's not me shitting on them at all, but there's people like Endigo and like Shmoyoho and other things like that that take just random shit big streamers say and mix it into songs by clipping out the audio. Kind of surprised, and it's not like a low-key, oh, I'm hoping someone does it, but I'm just kind of surprised that no one's tried doing it. Probably only the fact that I'm not big enough is the reason why. Oh, I have all those, I guess. Alright, just these now. That I'm not big enough, but like, I say enough weird, fucked up things that you could probably definitely make one of those demented meme songs out of me.
I need to get closer.
Oh shit, yeah. Go to bed. I appreciate you stopping in. And thank you for putting up with my snarliness today. There's an orc! Alright, now I need to find 2 more Robocops. Damn it. Oh, mirror, you fuck. I think I got him. I don't see anybody else. One! There's too many elves in my questing areas.
I don't have a target.
I figured probably it was going to be trying to be, you know, dig at weight. Because it seems to be a go-to tactic of, you know, neckbeard internet trolls.
That's still recharging.
Okay, that's all of those. And that's all my quests for now. Was it just the 3 that's in there? I thought there was like 4 or 5 quests that were in Donning Lane area. No.
Victory lies ahead.
Glad that they failed. Sweet, there we go. A proper actual
Time is of the essence.
Our enemies will fall.
Well, I mean, generally at the end of the day, it's usually they're kind of just pathetic anyways, even if they might get in 1 or 2 things to hit for a minute, but really then you stop and think, it was like, yeah, but like, okay, maybe you got something I'm a little insecure about myself on, but like, I'm also not sitting here making my existence just being a shit pot on the internet and trying to tell everybody else what's wrong with their life. So who really loses here, neckbeard?
Remember the SunWell.
Just repping a little bit of gold, that's all I got for that shit?
The dark times will pass. The reckoning is at hand.
West
Keep
Sanctum,
your wits about you.
which I think I also had to go over there to...
Glory to the Sindorai.
Okay. Alright, cool. Another seal.
Shorel Oran.
Bubble. And a level up for my heal spell. Holy rank. 2, yeah, because that didn't automatically update. Nice. Hey, I mean, it's technically a foot pick. So you are obliging. Just not the way I thought. Yeah, luckily I know most of this shit off the back of my head because for whatever reason too, even in straight classic, well, Questy's working to bring over the actual log thing over here, or wherever you put it, because you can move it. It's not doing the thing that it should have, like plopping markers on maps. Yes. Yes. Go sleep.
Anubilore Delana. We will have justice. Remember the SunWell. The reckoning
Which
is
also
at
sends
hand.
me over to the West Sanctum. Start this load of quests. Where everything is here, though. Just a slight bit.
What business have you?
So I think that goes over there on the west side. Hello, Pigman. Yeah, I got it. I have auto loot on. Why did that not auto pick up? Also, let me put on my actual proper belt. Why did that not auto pick up?
Anaria Shola. Death to all who oppose us. Salama Ashalanore.
Yeah, because then I'd hook that. Just forget what the hell that one is exactly. Is the Dragonhawk lady? No, because I feel like she's closer to Silver Moon. Bag vendor. But still technically counts as North Sanctum. Interesting.
We will persevere. We will have justice.
Baladash Malanore, remember the SunWell. The dark times will pass.
Say what? I didn't get
Stay
that
the
yet.
course.
Okay. I don't feel like I got that yet. Don't you give me that quest, lady? God. Bags. I need bags. Oh, yeah. Also, give me half a second. I forgot I need to throw up tab. I got distracted there. Alright. Actually, 2. Sorry. Bring that back up, thank you. There we go. Sorry, it has definitely been a day for not great brain. Blood thistle requires herbalism. Alright, give me a Darnathian. I know there's more than one.
Not ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Yeah, now it's going to be a matter, again, of finding a Darnathian before somebody else kills it. A Night Elf. Whoa, that was an awkward judder. I don't like when you do that.
That's still recharging.
I don't like when you do that.
It's too far.
bitch of a time finding that darn Azeroth spot.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that.
Gotcha.
I need a target. Inventory is full.
Fuck off. That guy's gonna hit that first. She's already on that one.
I'm out of range.
Fuck! Suck.
That spell isn't
Mine.
ready yet.
Didn't hit it with anything.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I can't carry anymore.
Not that much faster. Jesus. Two more Wraiths, one more Stalker.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging.
Go. Hey, Jada.
Inventory is full.
Mine.
I can't cast that.
Mine.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't carry anymore.
I need one more fucking Wraith still. Of course. Come on, give me Wraith. Wraith. You can spawn two of them right on top. Right in front of it. You tick. Fuck off. Bot.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
So hold the one.
I can't cast that yet.
that debuff, which means I take more spell damage.
Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
Alright, there's all that done.
The eternal sun guides us. Hold your head high.
Ding.
Farewell.
Take that.
Stay the
Inventory is
course.
Fuck off!
A new Belore Delanar. Remember the SunWell.
Take the better sword. Falcon Wing over there. Can I bind her to Falcon Wing? Is there an in there? I'm trying to remember. I might as well head over to Silver Moon real quick to actually grab my professions. Plus, I gotta go turn that in. I say, it's not that hard of a concept. Find a merchant that'll sell them. If you're a class that uses ammo and they're making you, like, have a limited amount, you're going to be able to buy some. Probably something I should set up to do with Rot, actually, is make some bags for her. Because he's a tailor. Level my tailoring a little bit more so I can make better bags. But yeah. That'll be something he'll be definitely stepping into a little bit heavier with Burning Crusade, is being the tailor and bag maker. A little bit better and better of a system and easier to do later on with netherweave bags. But that's for after we get the full actual release of Burning Crusade Anniversary and the Dark Portal opens. Then we can get to Outland, which is February 5th. I confirmed it on the looking on the launcher before I started. So we've got another roughly 2 weeks. Tough pre-patch time. Enough time for me to like try to at least get some of my shit sorted with Rothbard to be ready. Excuse me, just a minute.
Glory to the Sindorai. Farewell. Shorel-Aran. Keep your wits about you. Remember the SunWell.
Fishing is yet another thing I would like to be doing. So... But a lot of times the fishing trainers are in weird places. I don't remember if there's actually one in.
Anu Belore de la Na.
That was interesting. Professional trainer.
The
Oh, okay.
reckoning is at hand.
There is one in the city. All right. Now, I'm probably actually going to curtail the stream before too much longer because I'm feeling a little bit just kind of tired and rest still. But I at least got her kicked in and started. And, you know, stream locked in and on it. Definitely not at my best today. Again, I apologize for that.
Anaria Shola.
It happens.
Shorel-Aran.
What do you seek?
Fishing pole.
I can't carry anymore.
First, let me sell shit. Oh. Yeah, I'd take the honey bread over a tough hunk of bread, thanks. Yeah, so it's the new one that I picked up. I already equipped it. Okay.
Remember the SunWell.
Right, that's why I wanted them to be down further. Because those are going to be slots for my professions. Herp-a-derp-derp. Remembering how to fucking put action bars and shit together. Alright. How many jewel crafters over here? Sure. You're never bound to that. You could leave after, but sure. The problem is my miner over here, or am I gonna need to grab the miner somewhere, mining somewhere else? Because that's how you fuel jewel crafting. Yeah. Okay, jewel crafting trainer.
Yes.
Alright, now I gotta find the
Time is
fucking
of the
miner.
essence.
Of course, there's gonna be a lot of people doing that because it's the new skill for Burning Crusade as well, a new profession. Hey, where's the
Victory
fucking miner
lies
at?
ahead.
I do not remember that.
Remember the SunWell.
She's way off on the other side, I think. Oh, no. right here. Like, where did it mark that?
Our enemies will fall. We will have justice. Everything has a price.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need a jeweler's kit, obviously, and a mining pick.
Death to all who oppose us.
Okay. Find minerals. Smelting. Excuse me, sorry. And where'd my jewel crafting go? Jewel crafting. Oof. Put that up on tracking thing. Although there's actually, I forgot that, I think that was actually something they put in with Burning Crusade as well. That there was an actual ability to click different tracking stuff where you could track to put, find repair guys, innkeepers, shit like that. Like, it allowed you to do all this. I'm pretty sure it did. Pretty sure it was the thing that did. And you have a question here.
Baladash Malinore.
Come on, start that.
The reckoning is at hand.
You got the imp and a ball thing.
The eternal sun guides us.
Just a little, like, Burning Crusade toy thing. I think that was actually a thing from back then too. Or Legion did it. So I remember seeing something like that before. I don't know if they ever actually really did anything with that other part of Silver Moon. I think currently in retail there's supposed to be a new Silver Moon, which might actually do something about it. But hey, look, there it goes. It got finished. That's kind of a cute name. I'll keep it for now. Let's see how it goes. How did I not pull him? I feel like I walked right by him. But yes, the dead scar. Oh, is she now just booting people? That's interesting. Yep. Okay. That's cute. Yeah, missed the first guy. Got distracted there. Oh, apparently there's an alliance in the Dead Scar. Alright, go back this way to turn. That way to turn this in. Oh, there's one. You pulled like everything there. Thank you. Oh, guess perfect timing. Cause the skelly boy wants some fuck. He wants to bone.
I need to target something first.
I'm gonna turn this in and probably just go back into the city and end stream. Low energy levels are dropping even lower. So, sorry it was kind of so much of a nothing stream today, guys, but sometimes those happen.
Anaria Shola.
I do appreciate everybody coming to hang out anyways.
We will have
Lucas
justice.
de la Lure and the Royal We.
Farewell.
Another bag. All these tiny 4-slot bags. But I won't complain about some more bag space early on. Bane of every early WoW player's existence is fucking bag space. So you gotta be a certain amount of level to have gone and grabbed that, because that means you probably went to fucking Trenai Isle to get it, which is a little tricky to do. Scoot over here. Next time, we'll lean in heavier on starting to move professions and stuff like that. See this will and I'll probably be continuing to play the other characters a little bit in the background. I'm just getting them kind of caught up and ready to jump through, or at least set up. And I'm gonna have to continue fucking around with seeing if I can get Moot's shit to work properly, so I can. Easiest way I can explain it quickly, I guess, would be if I see how it popped up these frames over here. It does a version of that, but you can bind spells to your mouse buttons and click on it, and it will heal them. I could still bind spells to my mouse button, but I don't think it's like interactive clickable frame thing is my problem there. That I don't think. Save and exit. Where I'm going to have to like specifically target something like that to do it, which is going to be somewhat weird. Here, heal up. especially when getting into more mob heavy or like crazier things going on. Like it's gonna be a lot harder to try to grab that one person. Tab targeting won't target friendlies. It's like the F button, so it's still kind of an efficient way to try to have to cycle through, and especially if you're in a raid group, which is bigger. The way Voodoo did it, just made a lot of instant sense of like you got these people here going, okay, that person needs healing. Heal as long as you're within range of them, which is still a reasonable constraint. So I don't know. I do know, like I said, that I remember Blizzard putting out a thing about they wanted the game to have less add-ons and downloaded stuff to put into it. So I don't know if that's somewhat related to this new UI customization system and the fact that even though I'm checking and I'm pretty sure I've got the Burning Crusade Classic versions for the add-ons, they're not, and it's not telling me that there's an update. There's nothing, but there also isn't even a little tab at the bottom anymore where it's like it's registering that there are add-ons. It used to have that underneath like the shop and options menu. There was a little like add-ons button that you could pull up the menu and it would yell at you if certain ones were out of date and weren't working. It doesn't even have that anymore. It's not even registering them. So I don't know if I think it has something to do with Blizzard's push, but it's a little bit awkward because yeah, you're kind of making my ability to heal cleanly a lot more awkward now. If you're gonna do that, allow me to put up raid frames or something like that, but have them be click interactive, where I'm not just like clicking to pull up a target window on a person, that I'm actually like dropping a spell on that person, because it makes it a lot more sensible and like real-time playable to do it that way. In the sense, if you were going like turn-based, okay, it wouldn't matter so much if you had to roll the way through and then go, okay, drop a heal on that person for the next turn. But because we've got like live action things happening, right? Split second, oh, you didn't get that heal, that tank's now dead, and the raid wipes. Yeah. Can we have something done about that, Blizzard? That just feels weird. I'm really willing to work with your interesting on paper, but a little bit awkward to physically manipulate HUD customization system. I think that's pretty cool, the idea of that I can even pull like mini maps and other things and move all of it around on the screen for accessibility and comfort levels. Awesome. And that, but within that too, like that's still, even having a designated saved as this character, orientation for things also feels a little bit weirdly unnecessary because it did that. The only thing I had to do between characters, based on the way that I had like their chat and everything else laid out, and that was just on my add-on, is grabbing the questy log thing on page without having to pull up the actual log book and move it so it wasn't layering over stuff or under stuff. But that was just based on the add-on. It had nothing to do with the base game thing alone. And it would remember different configurations for different characters already. Yeah. So I kind of liked it, but I'm also a little bit confused, and it's very weird to try to fiddle with, where just let me grab it and manipulate it. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, and then you open up, I can do that still, but you open up like a sub-menu that I have to now grab and manipulate out of my fucking way to actually move this thing over and see where I want to put it. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's very weird. I'm hoping maybe they were just doing a trial period with this for the pre-patch, and that there's an option to toggle it on or off, because like I can see how it's definitely like some people would swear by it and work really well for them, but me personally, with the way that my brain works, it doesn't for me. I made everything work and had all of that stuff doing that basically without this new UI system. Hello, Haggy. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing wrap up. Very low energy, not great brain day. But I appreciate you stopping by. I'm kind of extolling in my end thing of my overall thoughts of what Blizzard put in for the new UI manipulation system for the Burning Crusade update to the anniversary. It's in theory, good. In practice, not great. It feels really weird to manipulate. I just was not having a great mental day, and then in trying to fucking deal with that in the go around, like I felt like I just fumbled that and fumbled a couple other things, which spun me off worse. And not a great day, but they happen. And then fiddling a little bit with I being kind of low energy, not being as animated as usual, and trying to fight with balancing issues with the audio in between. It happens. It'd be like that sometimes. Part of it was out of just being in a weird place too, because impromptu had like almost no content that I put out last week. I took a lot of last week just off out of nowhere, and something about that was it rankled at me. Speaking of that as well, actually, I might end up having a little bit of awkward change on how things work for the rest of the week in terms of content. I'll probably be pushing a little bit earlier for trying to get Thor's Day out tomorrow with Wolves of Midgard, and there possibly won't be a Friday. With trying to correct some of the things that got fumbled today, that might be changing around some of my schedule for the rest of the week. So I'll let you know on that. I have to catch up on highlights and things like that, but hopefully I should get everything sorted and be back on track to properly be getting content out at the right fucking times and the right days, and like with a smooth rhythm without everything going all fucky next week. We are in transition through finishing up a couple different features and moving to some other things, or bringing in some other things, because I'm not done anytime soon with Mortal Kombat 11. But as I run through some of like the heavier things that I want to do with it, it's going to kind of shift to an off again as I'm bringing around Medieval Monday Season 4 with Baldur's Gate. I've just got to finish figuring out some character ideas that I want to put up to poll for everybody in the Discord to kind of pick out. Okay, do that one. It's a weird brain thing though too. It's like, this is sort of my thing that I do, and if I don't actually do it, like, what does that fucking say? Brains are fucked up, man. Mental health is weird. So yeah, it's constantly having this weird back and forth balance, and I know half the time it, ultimately, and not being in a shitty way towards anybody or any viewers, it ultimately kind of doesn't really matter to you guys. There's still content, but I don't like feeling like I half-assed something, or like I just kind of my way through it. Like, then why did I do it? And I'm fully aware that can come back and bite me in the ass quite a bit, but it's still just a big part, like who and how I am, and I have to try to do my best to work with it and live with it. And it's not always easy. So aside from the fun times and, the games and other shit like that, that is a big portion of what I do try to have as a message and an overall vibe for my streams, and as an artistic and creative person, is like, most creatives, we're okay, but we're also not okay, because it does weird shit in your brain. And even outside of that too, we're okay, but we're not okay. Like, everybody is dealing with some shit, and it's gonna do weird fucking things that are probably just gonna spiral into other weird things that you're gonna have to try to fix. And it is a whole big pile of but like, the idea that I was trying to get at is being here for each other with that kind of constant internal screaming. And the solidarity that, like, I know, without being patronizing or shitty like that, I know it's my own little things that take off in different ways, but it's the same rough, just, there's a bunch of little things in there that are fucking screaming. And I can't get them to stop. So yeah, I'm probably gonna like kick the stream off now because I was just running down of like being a little bit low energy and wanting to kind of chill and be a little retrospective and analyze how could I have like not mishandled today. Even if sometimes it's unavoidable, that's still another part of and you have to do it carefully. Of like pieces of with mental health that I try to put out there is like do it carefully. Obviously, it's really easy to be overly critical on yourself. I'm very guilty of that a lot of times, but being able to at least take a step back afterwards and go, okay, what happened there? Can we deconstruct that a little bit and try to learn something? Which is kind of where I'm at right now. I got, I guess, a little bit of the sort of happy, cozy nostalgia burst that I wanted out of leveling a Blood Elf for a bit, but as predicted, it is jammed fucking full right now, and it is a little bit frustrating to the point of, like, I'm not quite getting that full because there's just so many fucking people right now, and it's, like, annoyingly having to fight for getting mobs or quests, like, filling quests, and not everybody understands you can invite people to a group and like you all get the credit thing, and even then there's just so many just flying in and out that it's not entirely feasible to do it. It's kind of just a mess right now. I sort of expected it, but I also wanted to get that character going, so I don't know, it was, I guess, like a half expected. I got a little bit of the cozy nostalgia, but hit a point where like, all right, now there's too many goddamn people here. I started to get frustrated, and it was already one of those days. So, yeah, Vikings Wolves of Midgard tomorrow, probably an earlier start on doing that. Not sure if there's going to be a Friday stream. Sunday, I will try to get another Stupid Subnautica in because I know I didn't do it again. Didn't do it last week. Was sort of taking an impromptu week off and catching up on highlighting stuff. Didn't get to doing the highlighting and editing that I wanted to do out of the week, but hey. It'd be like that sometimes. Monday will be another MK Monday. That'll be round 2 of the mains at the base 3 classic towers. Noob, Cybot, Cassie Cage. No Tuesday, no Thursday next week. We'll be back here for Wednesday. Maybe I'll kick Melinar off just to get him started and set in as well, although it's probably going to be mostly kind of the same things. Some happy nostalgia of like leveling a Draenei through Azure Mist and Blood Mist Isle again, because those zones were great, but I don't know if it's going to be as bad as the Blood Elf zones. I think a lot more people tend to make Blood Elves than Draenei, but it's probably still going to be the same thing where it's going to be a little overpopulated and jammed at the moment and a bit frustrating trying to get some of the quest shit done. We'll see. But I think that I feel like that should probably be what I do for WoW Wednesday next week is get him kicked in and started in, so I've got the rotating kind of content blocks between them. And it might not be entirely consistent. That's, yeah, probably why. But I definitely feel like there's probably not going to be quite as many, like, overstuffed, now we have to queue up and wait for the fucking thing to spawn again with the Draenei. Who are also hot in their own way. But not only next week, and so I can lock him in. I don't think I'm going to have to try to figure out the way that I'm going to bounce back and forth between them. I feel like for the first little bit here, it might be weighted a little bit more on Videra and Melinar as I'm kind of kicking them in and getting them started. And those are the new shiny new races for Burning Crusade. And it might be a little bit of work on Dwarf and Mutaro in the background to kind of get them closer and closer to jumping through the Dark Portal and into the new content. I was also wondering, actually, last night while I was just kind of playing around on him a little bit, my, off-stream main there, my Undead Mage, Rotsworth, was wondering if, because he's the most familiar, like, a mage is the most familiar class to me. I started with a mage. And I 100% know what his build is, and it's less dependent in a certain sense of, like, trying to, like, I'll be okay solo leveling so much with the Paladin tank because as a Paladin you have heals. Melinar, I'm going to try to make his build a little bit so I can solo stuff a little bit, to do quests where I don't have to be so dependent on a group. But that's been kind of the fun thing with Moot is like as mainly a healer, it's really hard to do solo questing stuff. It's not as bad as a shaman. Like I've got a priest, a holy priest, not the one that the Jedi one that's on there that I've been playing a little bit in just the classic, straight classic, and oh my god, it's hard. I'm sure he's gonna be a great healer when I can get him up there, but trying to level things without somebody to like face tank most of the damage or take the aggro is painful as a priest. But anyway, my point was just kind of going through that. WoW Wednesday is going to be a little bit jumbly for a little bit here as I try to get everything sorted and hopefully get my add-ons working again for healing with Moot, because I do want him to be a healer through all 3 expansions. Shaman healers were viable through all 3 expansions. And like I think preferred for a lot of BC raids and a decent amount of Wrath raids. Priest and Shaman healers were, I think, the most favored. Well, Druid healers too. Druid healers were pretty up there, but like overall, I think that way. And yeah, I haven't really run a healer before, and I was enjoying him, so I'm a little bit mad that like it's being weird about my add-ons now to let me heal. I might have to just completely try to relearn the way to heal with him. So yeah, well, Wednesdays are going to be a little bit all over the place for a while, but they will be there. I had to take them. I did have them on fucking bi-weekly, but I also realized it didn't make sense with just general character progression and the speed of the fact that like this was the one with the Burning Crusade and everything. I was like, it's going to take way too long. It's going to take way too long. I'm going to have to speed that up. I'm going to have to play them off stream a little bit too. Sorry, just running over the schedule real quick to try to brief on what the fuck is going up. Put my brain in a bit of a better loop. Try to be productive. Think productively instead of just I want to flip a table. FPS Friday is going to be a little messy for a little while too, as I'm trying to bring in a couple more features for that and get back to finishing out Quake. As we cleared Spoopy season, I still had more of In Sound Mind to do. I naturally thrust it in there because there was more shooting than I had thought was going to happen. And not that I complained, I'm good at shooters, but it... So we've got Quake to get back to, the Quake remaster. I don't know how far through Dissolution of Eternity, which is the second of the original 2 mission packs, and then there's the another 2 episodes that were made specifically by Machine Games for that remaster. They did do a Quake 2 remaster that'll be eventually on the thing too. I'm thinking maybe the next thing is because they did Doom and Doom 2 as a package, which there will be more Doom. Obviously, Doom's a big part of what I do. I wanted to go back through Ultimate Doom, but like do that whole package, Doom 2, and then all the expansion things as a co-op with the wife at some point. So that one's kind of lurking in the ether of like whatever as a FPS Friday feature. Doom 64, the remaster on PC, the like reshoot basically, because I did it on the Xbox a while ago, but like I want to do it with better technology, better setup, better presentation. It was rough. Dude, there's only one thing I think I have left in my catalog from when I was streaming on the Xbox, and it was my very first stream ever, which is Octodad 2, Deadliest Catch. And that's mostly just because, although it's kind of painful to see the roughness of the presentation and like the audio and the shitty webcam shooting it off the Xbox, you got to start somewhere, and it's kind of like even on like when I have rough days like this, sometimes it can be good to go and look back and go, well, like I have made progress. Things have come along. I have done something. Maybe it's not a whole lot, maybe, but it's something. And it just holds a weird kind of happy nostalgic place in my heart of like that's where I started. That was the first thing I streamed. And I have weird days with that too sometimes, where like I look at my YouTube and the back catalog and I go, like, well, if I'm not producing quality content. I'm at least producing quantity because I've got over 700 videos uploaded, and most of them are game streams. I haven't gotten a lot of the real life stuff up on there yet, which is part of what I was talking about earlier, and like not getting to some of the editing that I want to do. Camp season stuff. That is a wider, recently introduced variation expansion, as it were, on stream things. I'm very outdoorsy, and I like camping and going on adventures and shit like that. And then, well, video games are a big part of who I am. So is that. So I wanted to kind of bring that in and share it. And as well as there's kind of the overlap of I play a lot of Valheim, right? That it's kind of a video game of doing a lot of that, and where some of that came from is that I share the interest of like Valheim and certain types of survival crafting games like that with some of the younger generation and things like that have never, and they enjoy it, but they've never really touched grass IRL. And it's one of those, well, I can kind of like share that and be like, you can go do this in real life too. Show you how I do it. And like one of the reasons why I like, aside from it just being fun and a good game and everything like that, otherwise, one of the reasons why something like Valheim or some of the other like big fantasy worlds and the depth and immersion of stuff, why that matters to me, why that's important to me, why that clicks something with me, because I'm admittedly kind of a whore for immersion. One of those reasons I really think is, now I'm kind of just sitting here spitballing, thinking on it, is because I have that kind of enjoyment of adventuring and exploring and seeing what can be done and what can be explored and found in our world. So when I get to do that with a video game world, it clicks that same stimmies kind of thing, I think. And I wanted to be able to share that and kind of share and talk about like the overlaps of how that happens. Like, I'm sure to a certain extent that's been an inspiration for like a lot of some of the people who've made these types of games, or when they go and like they build these types of environments, they either have photo reference or they go and like take, reference shots or sounds of going in this place, of listening to the way that the water babbles over rocks in the creek, or the bird sounds, or the wind rushes through the trees, so that they can bring that immersion to the game. And that's kind of fascinating to me too, is that the process and the thought theory overlap of how to share that experience in a different medium. It's all kind of rough spitballing of stuff that's there, but like that's another thing that I have been wanting to try to get into. I've also wanted to bring it in some of my other stuff, some of the D&D, the tabletop stuff. I'm still figuring out the how, the when, the why exactly, because it has to make sense to me. I can't just like spitball throw it in there, because it's just going to feel weird, and it's going to feel like it throws everything off. Again, with the first thing earlier, is like I feel like I don't like to half-ass stuff. There's a difference between just kind of being reactive and, oh shit, like you kind of have to half-ass stuff in a way of like, there's no time to formulate a plan, but like when there's time to kind of at least give yourself a rough outline and kind of go, you know what, all right, I think I got a plan. I think I've got sort of an idea to do with it, and then we'll fill it out as we go, because you never want a 100% rigid plan either, because life has taught me that's a fucking bad idea. Like, I guess the easiest way to put it is I like to at least think like at least think on it beforehand and like figure out kind of where I want to do something with it, and then I can adapt and react on the fly kind of thing. But if it just coming up with absolutely nothing, it's like, this is the thing I want to do, and then it's just fucking winging the entire thing, just feels really shitty to me, and it does a bad in the back of my brain. I can improv, but like it just feels like doing that just feels like I made a dumb and shot myself in the foot, and now I look like a moron on camera kind of thing in front of everybody. You've done a whole bunch of stupid, and then you get out and they're like, oh no. I guess it's the easiest way to try to put that. Anyway, I've been babbling off. This is a thing that I should do. I have been mentioning a bunch of times I should actually put that in the bio. Although I don't know if space-wise, because I know the fucking thing about the Twitch bios is actually really limited on what you can actually write in there. Anyway, thoughts for another day. I'm going to end the fucking stream. Stop babbling. I will see you guys all tomorrow for some Vikings Wolves and Midgard. Thank you all for coming out and being here and being supportive. Even if you just hung out and lurked, that's still support. I appreciate it. Again, I apologize for having kind of a weird, just low-key off day today. It's not normal, but they happen. We are human. And as always, I hope you have enjoyed the content, found it stimulating and satisfying to your kids. It's important why we come here and play these games. And there was stimulation and satisfaction today. It was just, again, low-key with a lot of just frustrated energy. But thank you guys for being here and helping me try to push through it a little bit. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.